Hello and welcome to another edition of Tommie Media's Tommie Chalk Talk, where we go beyond the box score and take a closer look at St. Thomas sports. I'm Jake Remes, alongside me Tom Pitzen. Tommie's coming off a hot game against St. Olaf, one of the weaker opponents they'll face this year. You know, they scored 50-plus points, but they're coming into a week against Augsburg, who lost in tight battles to not only Gustavus, but also Wartburg, who St. Thomas lost to in the NCAA playoffs last year. How's it going to be the transition for them this week?
Well, yeah, like you said, an inferior opponent in St. Olaf, kind of a struggling program, not really able to get off much of anything against St. Thomas, 47 total yards, 5 on the ground.
Right.
But in this Augsburg team, you have a team that can play two different ways. A shootout against Gustavus, who is very high-flying, Mitch Hendricks and those Boyce brothers, and then also against Wartburg, really a ground-and-pound team, big boys down there in Iowa who St. Thomas lost to, like you said.
Right, they might be able to handle guys like Jordan Roberts, for instance. But looking from the Augsburg side of things here, they have a couple of weapons to talk about. Tom, how are we going to be able to handle them?
Well, Tyrell Martin in the backfield, a really good back, and then Joey Sonnenfeld on the outside. I think he had 14 touchdowns last year and over 1,000 receiving yards. But it really starts with Ireton Scott at that quarterback position. A dual threat in the mold of like a Michael Vick, a Randall Cunningham. Name all your dual threat quarterbacks that you've seen that we've known and loved. And he's explosive. Don't let him get outside the pocket because he can make stuff happen with his feet, and he can find open receivers with that strong arm of his. Right,
and so one last thing to touch on here. There is Jordan Roberts, who has been scoring a ton for them this year, but they also are more of a multifaceted attack. They have a lot of weapons at their disposal. Can you touch on that for a little bit?
Charlie Dowdle, you know he's going to be there. He's John Gould's favorite target. Ryan Bradley added a touchdown last week. Jack Kaiser, who lost his starting role to Jordan Roberts, has really given us tough yards. He scored again last week. And that's not even taking into account a backup tight end in Matt Christensen. He's 6'8". He's a very good red zone target. Jack Gilliland has been injured, a little banged up. I don't know when we'll see him. And Pete Fitzsimmons, really kind of under the radar. He's another talented guy, pretty big, runs well. So it'll be interesting to see how they bring him into the offense.
All right, well, the return of Gillen and Fitzsimmons into the regular Gould throwing program will be interesting to see. But thanks for joining us. If you have a topic you'd like us to discuss here on Tommie Chalk Talk, tweet it to @TommieMedia. And once again, alongside Tom Pitzen, I am Jake Remes. We'll see you next time in Tommie Media's Tommie Chalk Talk.